talking of...
Oh, for the love of Luke.
Say it again. What you said about my wife. Go on. Go on.
Well, it's the truth, and you know it. She's better off. So what if it was messy? I'd rather puke myself to death 1,000 times than...
A flat smile twitched.
She never did like you. I'll be with you soon, love.
I'm waiting for someone, and it ain't you.
The woman looks out on the gently...
Haven't seen you around here before. Well, don't worry. You here alone?
She gives you a...
Maybe you ought to give those companions of yours another... Maybe they mean something. It's nothing.
Here you are. I wonder what keeps you. We are unfamiliar. So tell me. Tell me your tale. Start from the beginning. Start. I see. I understand. Ah! To overturn. Power comes from strength, and strength comes from growth. These seeds sprout. So does the... It is nothing. Many from...
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey.
What? How did I get... What? No, that can't be. Huh? Yeah, fine.
The cat opens his mouth as if to speak, but...
This again? Bastard.
As you're about to approach the lizard, Sabine cups your chin between thumb and index finger.
Listen, I need to have a chat with this here morsel of flesh. He has wronged me once, but may just do right by me this time.
To your surprise, Sabine proceeds to throttle the unsuspecting lizard with one hand as she drives the tip of her needle into his low. You hear him yelp about the master, Lone Wolf. Then, quite suddenly, there's blood everywhere as Stingtail falls to the ground. Sabine heaves a sigh of satisfaction.
Chat's over. That seemed just a tad excessive. Something on your mind? It's simple.
She defies you with devilishly innocent.
Can you blame me? There it is. I was wondering when your spying would make... Anyway, what's dead is done, so let's move on, shall we? Despite my high hopes, this scar disfigures me still. The search for the master continues, of course. Hungry work, the hunt. Stingtail mentioned a cook, as it happens.
Easy. I'd say we get out of this place. Ooh, so serious. What's up? Of course I do. What's your poison? Well, damn.
Losa clears the beat bill.
Savage, hearts in it, and a savage... I can't. It isn't that. Never mind. Let's just... We should keep moving. Okay. Look, just... I know it was bad. I'm sorry. I just...
Sabine gently places a hand on the small of your back. Her mouth reaches you.
Let me have a word with the gentleman, would you? I've a little clue to follow up on.
Sabine steps forward and asks Griff the cook about the lone wolves. A little back and forth ensues. Money crosses hands.
Thank you. We should make good on our escape, you know. I have to see a man about a wolf in the hollow marshes. Naught but a whelp in skillful. Zalaskar's his name. A name.
Griff glances from his blade to you and back again. Griff tears into one of the oranges with both hands. Juice squirt.
Looks like everything's accounted for. Now the important question.
He raises an eyebrow.
Looks like someone did my job for me. Your guy's free to go.
Don't tell anyone where you got this, okay? Give it, Dad. It is done. And I hold my end of the bargain. I show you the way. Sahela. She is... It is for all our people. Give me your map. I give you this amulet. You must pass it to the elves who still remain. Tell them Sahela is here. They will send help. I go to her.
Worse than war rations, these.
If Her Majesty finds us on you, you forget my name, here. Everything there? Good.
Ain't fit for beasts.
Here's the goods. Like you wanted.
Dwarves didn't need so much.
Got it?
Perhaps if those bleeding dwarves didn't need so much. Perhaps if those bleeding dwarves didn't need so much. Worse than war rations, these.
You forget my name, here. Everything there? Good.
Perhaps if those bleeding dwarves didn't need so much.
You cover your face with your hands.
Here's the goods. Like you wanted.
Take your coin then.
He didn't have a grenade launcher, he had a sniper on.
I don't notice things can be fault.
해보니까 굉장히 어렵고
Like they should never lose to us. That's the thing.
So he says, now that I've played against the Zerg, it's pretty hard, guys. I don't want to play that again, so I'd rather play against a Terran. So we'll see who he's playing later on. Congratulations, see how that match would go so far.
I've spotted something.
The creature he...
You now, a little query. Where grows... Now, or didn't you hear me? Where grows the yarrow? Dire, 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 and for you too, if you want to keep your top screwed on and your wires... Where, oh, where does the...
man, creature, thing lies in a...
Whatever it was too dangerous to be...
Maybe there was something to his obsession with Yarrow. Perhaps it means some spark of...
His obsession with Yarrow suggests he wasn't...
I found something.
You there, willowy limb beast. You're trespassing in the princess's royal court.
Well, how do you think? I have a mouth, don't I? You've never heard of Her Royal Highness, Princess Zenthia of the Firelands? To be forgotten? Truly the cruelest part of that dog Brachus Rex's punishment. Every creature in the world should know and love the princess. You would be wise to leave here. My princess is already in a foul mood. To have an uninvited guest show such ignorance would only inflame her further. You've been warned. Few who displease her royal...
The creature quivers with indignation.
We were not always like this. We were once a proud, upright people. Our princess was betrothed to marry Brachus Rex, the Source King. My princess was to marry that vile cur, but instead he took exception to her outspoken nature. He cursed her and all of her retinue, including me. Now we are trapped here like this, until Brachus relents. Truly? The tyrant has fallen? Why then my princess is free to do as she pleases. Be sure to tell her it'll brighten her mood to no end.
어떤 빌드를 쓸까? 어떤 전략을 쓸까? 이런 고민을 해오다가 오랜 시간 동안 그런 기본을 다시 다지는 이런 연습을 한 끝에 단점을 많이 보완하는 데 성공했다고 좀 볼 수가 있죠.
처음 우승했을 때 부모님이 정말 많이 좋아하셨어요. 물론 한참 지난 후에 지킨 것이긴 하지만 그래도 처음에 했던 우승하겠다는 약속을 지킨 것 같아서 너무 기뻤고 약속을 잊고 살고 있긴 했는데 그래도 뭐랄까 우승이 다가왔을 때는 그게 생각이 났고 그리고 또 하나는 제 선택도 제 선택이지만 부모님이 허락하신 게 틀리지 않았다는 걸 증명하고 싶었어요. 저도 게임을 처음 시작할 땐 되게 재밌어서 시작했는데 이게 일이 되다 보니까 재미보다는 뭔가 힘든 게 돼버리더라고요. 특히나 졌을 때는 이제 연습하기도 힘들고 그리고 다른 게임이 더 재밌어지고 약간 이런 경우가 많은데 다른 게임은 약간 취미라고 생각하면 여기는 그래도 이건 스타2는 이제 일이지만 또 하나는 이제 꿈이다.
For him, StarCraft 2 is work, and as we saw in that video, hard work is how he got here, not some natural talent that he thinks other players have. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Gumiho. Welcome back to the couch. I'm Nathanius, joined by Zombie Grub and Maynard. Now, we had a very interesting series before, but man, Gumiho, it's a hard not to cheer for him. He's always been one of the most interesting players to follow in StarCraft 2.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of my favorite Terrans and always has been, the good old Tau Terran. He's like a mad scientist. Like a guy with all these beakers and all these builds, putting things together.
Just throws it all together.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember back in Heart of the Swarm, right, on Deadwing, and the first time I was like, Gumiho's actually super sick, mech's awesome, that type of thing, and he brought it back. Legacy of the Void, this guy's been an innovator, and he's still pretty darn good, but I don't know, this actually is going to be a tough series for him.
Yeah. Have to agree, yeah.
We talked about this earlier when Tastosis were on the couch about how Gumiho, he's kind of like, he'll like overly finesse it with his strategy. It gets too complicated and sometimes doesn't just boil down enough to trying to execute. Do you feel that? Do you agree with that statement?
His signature video that he feels like he doesn't have the mechanics versus like a lot of the other higher level Terrans. That's why he gets creative, as it were. So, I mean, if he says it, then I agree. Yes.
He's a fun player to steal builds from, though. I think he patented the first battlecruiser rush that we saw in Legacy of the Void.
Oh yeah. I mean, he tried it in his GSL finals. It didn't really work out that well, did it?
It's a fun one to copy on ladder, though. But yeah, he goes into a very interesting match against a very strong European Zerg Serral. I think one of the interesting things, perhaps, to take into account for this series is that the Terran field in the foreign scene is not quite as strong, and I'm wondering how that affects this matchup going into things.
I mean, a lot of the TVZs I've seen, or ZVTs rather, I've seen from Serral lately have been pretty solid. Like, he's a very good, you know, he is your regular like Ling, Bane, Hydra defensive Zerg that will, you know, get into Ultra Tier 3 and play the late game if he can get there. But if he can get there, you know,
if he can get
it's
there.
a big if.
I mean, he spent time in Korea, right?
Yeah, true.
The last like month, basically, and I think that's going to improve your versus
Yeah,
Terran.
that
Is
should
going to
help.
improve anything at all?
That should
that'll
help.
do it.
We get a chance to look at the group as well. Of course, Innovation taking the first series in Group D, knocking down True. Although that one was a little too close for comfort, I'd say, for Innovation. So Gumiho will play against Serral. The loser will face True very soon to see who gets the
Do you hear that? Something's up ahead.
You there, whatever you are. Did Brackus send you? Is he ready to apologize?
Yeah, he's got awesome builds, but he's actually less solid as I would say he was 4 or 5 months ago. But Serral's more solid.
It's kind of an interesting thing to think about as we look at this head-to-head. Serral is a player that we haven't really heard much in the way of nerves when it comes to him. He just kind of shows up and plays his A-game, and that's what makes him very scary.
Silence! I won't have the groveling of that whelp Brackus delivered by some half-wit servant. Only when he prostrates himself before me will I even begin to consider the notion of forgiving him. You truly are a dim-witted. He put a curse on me, and all of my courtiers.
The slug's features...
You seem in an awful hurry to leave. An awful hurry. You know what that makes you seem like to me? A spy.
I'm very, very keen. This is actually, like Jeff mentioned, there was a marquee match in the last group. This is my match. I'm very keen.
You should have just...
I'm ready!
The same true for Serral as well. Like, they're both in a reinvest year at the moment, both he's playing.
I'll yield to none!
was fantastic, and now with the cooldown of these Swarm hosts gone, he can continue his push forward.
That's actually insane. Realizing he has such numbers right now, Gumiho can continue to push up. Now that the Vipers are out of energy, those tanks do siege some pretty decent Baneling connections. The Hydras are starting to get on top of these units. Cyril looks like he might have the numbers to hold the top side, but these tanks reinforcing the bottom as well. Those Swarm hosts, they should be almost cooled down now. They should be ready for another wave.
Well, a huge amount of Hellions being produced at the same time here from Gumiho. He's dealt some damage. He killed a base, but Cyril does have his 5th still up and running, remaking this 4th. Looks like he's going to take a 6th. That's a lot of different numbers.
You can't silence me. Guards! Guards! Come quickly! There's a sorcerer! You'll see. They'll get their hands on you and then...
This is the greatest mech player
Any minute now.
anyone was wondering, and
Any minute.
it's been for a very long time.
I'm sure they're almost here. I'm right. You'll see.
It's very different from how he was playing. During that season, he won the GSL, the single armory. He hasn't been sieging his tanks as much. I just love these changes he's made.
Guards!
I have not seen one
Help me! They'll come.
launch of
They'll
Locust.
come. There is no leaving. Don't you know what I tried to leave? I heard of a Shelt the Undead had their hands on me in 5 minutes. Shredding, tearing. Help me! Help me!
It's really hard. He's finally going to go over. He says we've got to try and get a planetary snipe, but the Locusts are going to split up. And with the Hellions there to support as well, no planetary fortresses will be falling. Damage them. A couple of SCVs, but at the same time,
Under lock and key.
and Gumiho just showing how to attack multiple bases. What's even got the high ground on the Divinity. He's sneaking up there. So many units going down. Viper's going to come forward.
Alright, those were good blinding clouds, so very nicely done. A nice dumped as well. Looks like he should be able to kill off all these siege tanks pretty efficiently, but as you said, who's up there? This is very, very tough right now for Cyril. Although he's maxed out, doesn't have the same type of bank we see with Gumiho.
And it's all about the creep spread at this point. That's what enables Swarmers to be what enables Invade Hydra to be found. If you can't get your creep out at least to the halfway...
Get that girl and her head sucker out of here.
I guess he's talking about you?
But he's in so much damage, you can see he's only now...
Let's just see about that. Hey, loud...
I'm trying to relax here, aren't I? Whatever's going on with you and your passing...
You can...
See? Huh?
You're a mystic.
Mystic? Ah! Used to be a sort of demonologist, though. Studied under a real maestro, though. Learned this and that, too. Doubt it. Exorcism's a tier 3 skill. I was only halfway...
Come on, make yourself useful.
Well, I might be able to tell you exactly what's inside you. Might be... Let me try.
He places a thumb on each of Los's...
Now. Wow! Holy, holy, holy. You ought to thank your lucky stars. That thing hasn't turned you into a meat puppet by now.
Crick on a cracker.
You need help. Do me a favour. Get out of here and hie to the north of Driftwood. My old master was hot on the heels of something there, and if anyone can help you, he can.
Driftwood, Old Master, Hot Hills. Got it.
I don't dare say it now. Don't you worry. With something like that inside you, Loser, he'll either come to you, or you'll be drawn to him soon enough.
And this has been like, I'm amazed because
Sorcerer! What do you think you're doing, prowling around inside the fort?
his cool in a way that I have never seen a Zerg combat Gumiho. Patient
Ha!
defense, even in
That's almost...
He looks you up and...
My hands will love you.
Glory is mine.
They have weathered the storm. And I can't imagine Gumiho having a better start than he did without straight killing a Zerg player. But here we are, and Cyril has now a dominating advantage. Like, it's not as if the game is about to end right now.
Down here in the bottom right-hand side of Ascension to Hive. Of course, the Korean
I'll yield.
Please, healing. I need healing. Of course. Of course. They beat me for helping sorcerers. Children. We were trying to help them escape. They remove all the source from within. The husk that remains is left empty, soulless, easily controlled. I joined this order to serve the divine. He would never. I'm no fool. But his legacy is alive in all of us who long. There's a boat that can take you into the dunes beyond. 2 associates of mine run it. I can show, but they'll kill you on sight if you don't know the proper password. Heal me. I feel it at work upon me already. Thank you, my friend. There is a waterway. You'll meet some associates of mine. Tell them Madame Zur sent you, and they'll let you pass. Enough to matter, not enough to stage a coup. The voice Dallas and Alexander offer a solution. People need solutions at a time like this. No, I imagine not. She's the headmistress of an orphanage in the far north. With her help, we've saved countless children. You've given me a second life. I won't soon squander it. Thank you, my friend. I will settle this debt.
try to get attention. Meanwhile, Gumio is like, I'm not really going to push till 1-1 or 2.
Yeah, I really like that actually. And the fact that Cyril is kind of preparing for the same type of push he hit last game shows that maybe even with that Overlord speed, he's not fully aware of what Gumio's motives are in this early game.
So you'll be getting some nice creeps spread, of course. That's always a big advantage of that Zerg player who is left alone. They get to spread creep everywhere.
Lucky find.
Cyril, of course, always being one of these attacking Zergs that toes the line of greed. Even, he's just feeling comfortable pushing up in that. We did see the third command center earlier. Overseer continuing to scout and see what the follow-up is. And looks like Hydra Ling Bane will be the answer once again. And last game, Cyril went for the Swarm Host quite late. I wonder if he's going to do that same sort of build-up. Go for the Vipers, then add the Swarm Hosts.
You know, I think he might get the Swarm Host a little bit earlier this game, just because the heavy pressure isn't going to be there. He lost something like 7 drones in the early game, and I think that kind of made him alter his play. Here, he's super ready. I'm not foreseeing him losing more than a couple drones, so he's going to have that little bit of extra economy to do it what he wants.
Alien's going to be poking in down here. Cyril well prepared with Zergans and Banelings, and already with Hydra production on the way, the double Thor drop is kind of going to be popping soon. So by the time that gets across the map, there's going to be more than enough Hydras to deal with that, and I feel like, Gumio is supplies great, his production's great. I can't help but feel that Cyril's kept up with him.
Oh, absolutely, without taking this damage. That's the important part. Early game in a TVZ, unless it's a super aggressive Zerg like True, you're just going to be looking at how many drones are dying, right? Is he losing a bunch of queens? Is he having to run his drones all over the map, losing mining time? And none of that has been the case here for Cyril, so he's getting into the part of the game where he's most comfortable.
Last full command center here for Gumio. Preparing for the late game, I feel like this is really Gumio embracing this map, and I would not be surprised to see an air transition a bit later on in this map. Bailing drops on Cyril. This is what I love about Cyril. Just keeps checking what's going on. You never surprise this kid with a sneaky transition. He will always see.
Oh, the Hydra's almost catching a medevac there, but Gumio is known for losing his Thor harassment, very much on top of that, being the innovator of it.
The elf's skin is pale as a corpse's, but his face contorts with inscrutable emotion. His eyes lock.
It's you! No!
His back suddenly arches.
Not the last. The bishop doesn't count. No, he doesn't count. I'm done for, but you... There's still hope. You'll know. They'll find you. They'll seek you out. You need to go. Dallas, after she took me, she did something. My head. I feel like someone's rummaged their fingers through my skull. Get out.
He giggles coquettishly.
The full power of a macro surge against Mac coming up.
Gumio can take it, giving Cyril this sort of clean start up into real who's the all-Terran player, liberator harassment. Something he always consistently does throughout the game. One of the most annoying things for a Zerg player to deal with. These Hellions as well, bringing up the queens out here. That's of course the ability.
Under lock and key.
What's it now? And? Got no reason to scramble out, mate. Hot and busy out there. It's cool and quiet in here. Or at least, you out? You must be mad. Head out one way, you're back in the joy among the rabble. Head out another, you're knee deep in the hollow marshes. I'll take a nice quiet see ya.
Muffled sounds suggest that this scuffed old door leads up to the fort's main floor. it's bound to be crawling with Magisters.
The best late game Zerg in the world deals with these type of mech plays, so would love to see if Cyril has kind of taken some notes from him.
There's got to be another way. I'd rather not walk...
With you at my side, I don't feel...
Good. Let them try to catch up.
Launch out, but he's going to need a lot to hold this off. This is a very fast and aggressive push from Gumiho.
That's the difference with Rogue. When Rogue plays this, you'll see him make an insane number of banelings, sometimes 30, 40, 50 banelings. He recognizes their importance in making this combination work. Now we see Cyril respecting that Hellion count, adding in a ton of banelings. Are they going to be able to connect? The tanks aren't really sieged, but now they are spreading. They're sieging. The Hellbat's coming forward. Cyril takes out a ton of banelings on the right flank. Locusts and Hydras launching in. One or two blinding clouds do go down, but there's still a very good tank spread. Is it going to be enough?
A very messy engagement here from Cyril. Everything seemingly going wrong. His Vipers not getting their spells off for the most part. A lot of them going down. The Stormhost taking a beating. And I mean, this is pretty tough. Gumiho has erased a base and is continuing the push.
Yeah, he's trying to throw more Locusts, but they're going in on their own. It doesn't really achieve that much. Will he get the tank? One siege tank does fall. I mean, in the long term, that's nice, but right now, Gumiho is knocking on the door, and if he can take out another base, he is going to start to pull way ahead in that economy.
Oh man, he is making it very tough. A great spread on these siege tanks. Still, Cyril trying to add in as many Hydras as he can. He has some lanes and banes. He gets another Locust fleet, but look, these Vikings really put a dent in them before they land.
The Hydra base on the top left flank actually got blasted by those tanks before it could even connect properly. Those Hydras starting to get pulled down as they come in. Hellbats are loose in the mineral line now, and this is where Gumiho surprisingly decisive.
I really did not think that this is what we were in this matchup. I mean, I even said I thought Cyril was taking it, but Gumiho, these very sharp attacks, absolutely Cyril was
That was insane. Just so decisive. The Thors just taking out the wave, and then it felt like Cyril was that push came through the center. Gumiho built up to that. Cyril and he pushed through the middle, had way too many Hellions. Cyril, I do think, fought low on mainland. Got to engage.
That face, it's almost familiar, like a long-faded memory. The droplet burns both hot and cold, and yet you feel no pain. You step towards the flow, desiring more.
Garbage. The exit seems to be blocked from the other side.
The goddess carries a strange expression.
Gavel!
None of you.
The Magister stares at the ground, unaware of your presence. With a start, she looks up and
The Divine is dead. The Bishop is all we have left. Yes, our Lord Bishop is here.
Her voice trails to silence, and she...
I do wish Alexander would ascend sooner rather than later. They say his powers are not developing as they should. They blame the Voidwoken. It's quite the pickle.
So he says in 2017, I
Not to let one of them.
So because of that, my confidence is very high. But that being said, when it comes to innovation, what I've noticed about him is that regardless
Oh, but who didn't then? I put my faith in them. I wish it ever.
Congratulations again, and best of luck in your next match. Back to you, Nathanius.
Thank you very much, Mix. 100% focus. Gumiho says he'll need to defeat Innovation. I think that could be said of anybody. Maybe 110% focus because we all know the machine. Well, he's a machine.
Yes.
We're back on the couch with Maynard and Zombie Grub. Great series by Gumiho. Dominating performance.
Yeah, and on the other end of the spectrum, a little disappointing from Cyril. I thought that he would do a little bit better in that series, certainly at least win a map. But that, I mean, it was well brought up by the commentators that that mech build, it's pretty hard and pretty fast. So maybe a little bit more than he was used to there.
I guess so. I really thought that Cyril would be expecting what, Gumiho usually does, to be honest, right? Like, the fact that it was a fast punch to the gut, it's kind of what Gumiho does, but Cyril still seemed a little shaky against it.
It was a very precise mech build. I think Gumiho plays his own brand. I mean, I could talk about it for days as a big fan of it, but he used a lot of Hellions, and that really neutralized the Swarm Host composition that Cyril tried to go for in both games.
Yeah, you could see that whenever he would lose the Hellions in the production tab, there would be like 10 to 15 at a time being produced from all of his reacted factories or even the Tech Lab factories. Because he knows that with that heavy Swarm Host count being the bulk of the army supply for Cyril, it's all he needs to keep the tanks alive. Even with the blinding clouds, he just moves them back, lifts them up, and then the Hellions, look at that harassment damage here from Blue Flame Hellions is continuing to put on work for him. And that's late in the game too.
And he made really excellent use of the Hellions with these compositions. The Swarm Host kept Cyril from being able to get enough army supply to actually kill these siege tanks in the few moments where he was able to get on top of him, and Gumiho was able to out-weather the few abilities and timed life units that Cyril had, Zombie Grub.
I look at that and I'm like, if those are the old Viper Blinding Clouds, they last forever.
Then that is a fight that he would win, that's very true.
Yeah, of course they've been changed. For me, looking at the series, obviously we said it was going to be a close one, but Gumiho did look very, very dominant, but I look at it and I was like, Gumiho was like a thing, it was like a good thing, like a really good thing, like he's continuing to prove that even when the Europeans and the Koreans seem to find something up against it, like Dark or Rogue starting to do something against it, he just like, actually, I have the counters, like this is a solid thing you can keep doing, and it's not going to work out.
It's a really strong market composition. I really like that. He used a lot of force in their single target mode. They will automatically attack the Vipers as soon as they can at 10 range, which is obviously a very powerful force. He neutralized those units very nicely towards the end. That just makes things good for the second game.
Yeah, it's cool because a lot of Koreans have been transitioning out of mech back into like marine tank and that sort of thing, or even bioline, because of it seemed like everyone had figured out how to beat mech, but even though we still find the mech flat.
Aliens are 13 and versus those Swarm Hosts, ladies and gentlemen. However, that is not all for today. We still have a few matches left. Now that Gumiho has advanced to the final stage, the match at the end, everything is not better for mech TV against Innovation.
You come to fight.
She scoffed.
To prove you are... Never mind. The one good. Who aids you? Choose wisely. Whether you fail or succeed, you do not...
Someone will
I'm
yet
the only
be
one
chosen.
with the guts. I
You may
deserve
yet
them.
be the one. You prove yourself again. And a warrior traveling the path of the one should not be collared like a pet. I suggest you see the
Someone will yet be chosen.
My fight is strong. No way I'll be bested.
There is no shame in loss. We will yet reveal
Each day brings us one step closer.
Hit each other in these little groups where aim isn't there, because I feel like all the circuit
The one will walk among us, though not today, it seems.
I feel like even though the Laser's quite good at this matchup, this is not his best match. I would say that this is his weakness. Would you call that a half person?
Who in their right mind would think of a thing like this? It's you. It's really you. You gave him hell, did you? You're the champ, ain't you? You could well be the one.
She clasps her blackened hands before her and seems for a moment.
Then you're our best hope. You may become the one.
She looks around, checking.
It would mean everything. The one will be. You may be the one to save us all. There's only one thing to do. I've got to set you free. Your collar. What a privilege on me.
She manipulates the ring around your neck in several quick yet intricate motions. Off pops your collar, and a sense of relief swirls.
You hear me now? You get out of this place. You keep fighting. You become the one. And you think of old Nibora when it's all over.
I sense he is
Sahela, you are all right.
I am fine, Amiru. I am fine. I know they help us.
Yes, they do. It is as you say.
Sit, my friend. Come.
As you say. As you say.
She breaks into a huge, childlike...
One friend brings another home. He gets better, little by little. We are together. We always get...
Her face falls at the mention of her home. Her hands fly...
My people. I miss them. It is not to be. We stay in Fort Joy. They stay elsewhere. This is... Homeland is gone. Home is wherever my people are. My mother is amongst them. Tove, yes. It is a deep hurt. Thank you, my friend. But only you survive the passage. I see it. You are free. We must remain. Thank you, dear.
She squeezes...
I do not forget.
We have help. We survive. And soon we leave.
I magicked you, you're dead!
yourself to the grave.
Incredibly fast. Now, of course, Calazur, excuse me, Lazy did see that build earlier today. That's the starport.
No, he didn't just yet, but yeah, I mean, the fact that the Barracks is showing way greens on the factory right now, on the reactor is a little strange.
Save your spirit to fight the Reaper.
A lot of information to work with here. He's scouting and seeing so far as bird or anything like that, and he's dropping spore calls in a mailing nest, so I think he's actually reading this correctly.
I mean, yeah, he's getting the spore, which... Oh, whoa, not too bad. No, no. That's actually a shame. That's a lot of damage. I mean, if the limit of queens start picking away at that medevac, you can actually go down a lot faster. That was a very unfortunate misclick, but Calazur didn't want to waste any time. He didn't want to bother repairing that medevac, so he's just going to go for it. You said it in the beginning of the game, Maynard. They are human beings too.
They are indeed. One slip, and there's no more higher pressure tournament than BlizzCon, of course.
How many Banelings do we have?
I actually don't know if he's morphed any just yet. Okay, there's 6 down here at the natural, and they have creep connectors, so we can get up here and help out. Looks like a laser has more than enough. It's going to be very, very tough for Calazur to break this.
Especially with the queens. And once again, that medevac already took quite a bit of damage. That's incredibly painful, because normally as a Zerg player, you kind of want to get the medevac, but Terran players won't allow you to get the medevac. Right now, Calazur knows that he's going to have to stay a lot more passive, because if you lose one of the medevacs, all of the Marines that are not in that other medevac will be straight up dead.
I feel like when you go for this medevac speed sort of build, even though it's like the first time I've seen this build is literally this tournament, I feel like you need to just, you know, start pumping out those tanks and stay aggressive. Like the whole power of that tech is to keep boosting across the map and keep putting on pressure.
It can also just be pure Marines, right? If he just wants to drop everywhere.
True, yeah, absolutely. And Calazur is the kind of guy that loves having, you know, 4 medevacs full of Marines. There's the other 2 heading out to just